Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga
I can't
chaka,
stop
ooga,
this
ooga,
feeling
ooga chaka, ooga, ooga,
deep
ooga chaka,
inside of
ooga, ooga
me.
chaka.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, what is up today with a brand new video for Monday the 24th of March 2025, and it seems that Kim Belair, yes her, from Sweet Baby Inc., the same Kim Belair who allows me to follow her on Twitter, although she's not posted anything since 2023. I guess she's keeping her more nefarious activities deep undercover. But today folks, looking at Twitter X, and I've got to give a special credit to Master of the TDS, who actually brought this headline to my attention, not like tagging me in, but I just saw it because I follow him and his missus. But this was a very bizarre quote from Kim Belair, and I just want to go over what she said at her presentation at GDC 2025, and then at the end of this video I'm going to give you a bit of uplift, a bit of positivity, because something else popped up on my YouTube feed and I thought, I must be seeing things. This can't be true, but I guess it is. So without further ado folks, let's get on with today's video.
Something's here.
Who is this hero?
Could this really be it?
Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog came here to motorboat fun bags and kick ass, and he's all out of titties.
It's a f***ing video game.
So to quote the Kim Wilde song, "View from a bridge," although in this case, this is not a bridge conference, but the GDC conference, the 2025 speaker. So GDC obviously ended, but it's interesting what emerged from it. And oh my word. So look, Kim Belair, CEO, Sweet Baby Inc. And of course, let me give you a recap, folks, because I'm pretty sure some of you who might be new to my channel might not know who Kimmy Wimmy is, but she is part of Sweet Baby Inc. She's the CEO of that company, along with David Badad.
Kim Belair is the CEO of Sweet Baby Inc., a narrative development company based in Montreal. Part of the games industry since 2013, she's written for projects including Assassin's Creed Valhalla, NeoCab, Sable, and Ahem, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and many more. Beyond her narrative work, Kim is an advocate for representation and inclusion in games, and for generally making things better for workers in an often unfair industry.
That is quite a key statement there, folks. It's bullshit. Grant you, it is, because what has she done? She only highlights supposed bad working conditions for workers within the gaming industry, because she spent, what, about 5 years at Ubisoft? And did she have a bad time there? Probably not, or if she did, she ain't spilling the beans, is she? Here's what she's presenting, or did present: the Black Designer's Dilemma. Oh my god, I am going to rinse myself inside and out every time I see these type of narratives coming up. By the way, I need to look at something very quickly. Gaming While Black documentary. Now, I want to check out the fundraiser. Oh no, Brittany Bombacker, more like Bumbacker. She donated $100 a month ago. I don't know who Danielle Zangi is. Khalif Adams is the biggest donator, $1,500, which informs me nobody gives a shit about this narrative. It's a false narrative. Black people ostracized from the all-white fraternity that is video gaming? You've got to be kidding me, right? Oh my god. If I was a white guy saying this, you know all the daggers and the forks would be in my direction, in my neighborhood of London, but of course that is not the case, is it? But back to this particular tab right here, folks. GDC be part of it. And look at who you see right here. So, of course, who's leading the charge right here? Your Asian ladies at the front with a very suspicious looking woman with blue hair at the end of her. Yeah, the blue highlights, folks. That's the alarm bell you need to see already. So GDC is your access point for tapping into a wealth of opportunities and connecting with top game development talent. As an exhibitor or sponsor at the event, you get access to and all these various bullet points. La 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 la. It seems okay so far, but beneath the mask, folks, lies something more cringier, more deadlier. What is that, I hear you cry? Well, let's go and see. Building a better world through games. Because, of course, not just playing games as in psychological mindfuck games. No, we actually build them and play them. Shockingly enough, oh my word. Now, of course, GDC is all about having a positive and social and environmental impact on the game industry and the larger global community. The environmental impact, folks. DEI. I wonder if that has something to do with it. The code of conduct. Now, you've got to be considerate and respectful of the peers. Of course you do, because if you go in there and you start heckling them, your mask is virtually off, isn't it? And they will not tolerate demeaning, discriminatory or harassing behavior and speech. So they're already instigating censorship. So freedom of speech, freedom of opinion. If you want to dare challenge something in the audience, you get thrown out. So if you've flown out from somewhere, from another part of America to be at the GDC, and you're one of these people that are very anti-Sweet Baby Inc. and Kim Belair is on the stage and you heckle her, you're thrown out, bro. So you can't even have a Q&A afterwards where you can be a challenger as opposed to harasser. You can't do that, apparently. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the very bizarre statement that Kim Belair made. And I'm going to read it to you as is. There is, unfortunately, a lot of prioritization of shareholders and of money over the employees who make the games. Now, actually, I would agree with that with Ms. Belair. Right there, I would say, yeah, that's true. Because Take-Two, all these people, Microsoft, Activision, and of course, Ubisoft, very topical at the moment. Gerard Krupa, he wants to get everybody together, all the minority shareholders, to try and get their piece of the pie with Ubisoft. Again, it's a big FU to gamers, their main customer base. It's about producing a video game, getting it out there, makes millions, sells millions, not about how many millions of people are playing it, Ubisoft. You keep getting that fact absolutely wrong on purpose. So with that part, I would agree with her. The next paragraph or sentence is just mind-numbingly beyond stupid. We want to use artificial intelligence to expand access and bring in more diverse voices. Oh, really? Not replace them? I want to stop you right there, Kim, because that's exactly what you're hoping to do. Because AI, folks, is dumb. You've got to tell it what to do to produce the desired results. So how does Ms. Belair want to manipulate AI into bringing in more diverse voices? Are you going to instruct AI to be racist towards white people? When I guess, you know what, while I'm actually filming this, I think what it is that through the application process, because Kim is about diversity and inclusion in video games, right, behind the scenes, I guess if you're a black person, right, and you want to apply to be a gaming developer, AI will be trained to recognize you as a potential candidate for that company. But if you're a white person, it'll just automatically exclude you from the proceedings. That's what I think it is. So again, she's contradicting herself. And you're lying, Kim. You're lying through your teeth. Our focus is on storytelling empathy, and inclusion. And AI should serve those goals, not undermine them. Except, Kim, you want to manipulate AI to undermine those very things you're preaching about, love. Who are you fooling? Not me, not anybody else. D-E-N-I. GDC is dedicated to creating a safe space, folks. It's all about the safe spaces for all game developers, as opposed to gay ones. This includes uplifting, what you mean, like a Triumph or Playtex bra? How I love those commercials back in the day, folks. The underrepresented voices in the industry, because if you're somebody who's not Caucasian and you feel suppressed, GDC will definitely uplift you in all the right places. Making our conference more accessible, especially, folks, if you're a wheelchair-bound user, and providing a platform for the next generation of game makers. Read below to learn more about our DEI initiatives. By the way, isn't DEI meant to be removed from the American government now under Donald Trump and Elon Musk, or am I not sidestepping this article properly? I don't know. What's going on here? Why are they still allowed to publish this stuff? I thought it's meant to be ostracized. DEI and sustainability initiatives at GDC. Advocacy, career development, climate resilience. And here we get to something, folks, I could not believe I actually... Not only have I just seen this, and I now can't unsee it, but you can see it too, can't you, folks? I'm talking about what's in the middle, down there. GDC supports the flourishing diversity in our community and does our best to foster a safe and inclusive space. Upon arrival, attendees can pick up pronoun tags to place them on their assholes, because that's where I'd place mine, right there. And as you can see, folks, you don't have much of a choice. If you're a man, or if you're a woman who's now a man, although we know that's not biologically true, you can go by he, him. Or if you are non-binary, then it's they, them. Oh my God. And just going back in time, folks, like Huey Lewis and the news, have a look at this from the GDC Vault from 2016. What were the topics of the day? Is that me? Identity confusion and narrative VR challenges. Now, when I looked at this, I thought, oh no, is this what I think it is? But no, it's to do with a VR developer who was on stage talking about the fact that if you're playing a VR game, it's your identity versus the character identity in a VR game. So that was okay. That wasn't too bad. And as you can see, all the other topics are about Assassin's Creed Syndicate, of all things. Dragon Age Inquisition. No, that's all good. That's what you want to see. Not this shit right here. Pronoun tags, partnerships, and disability stickers. Who cares about that? You know, folks, back in the day, when E3 started, I would get so excited, to the point that if I was working in the office that day, I would know in advance when E3 would happen, and I would book that time off so I could be at home, watch the 3-day event, get excited about the video game drops, call my friends up, discuss what I liked, what I didn't like. But oh no, folks, E3 of obviously now is a thing of the past thanks to Jeff Keighley and his god-awful Summer Gay Fest. But you know what, folks? I did promise you I would end this video on a bit of a high, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now, because I've got a big permanent cheesy grin face. I only watched the first few seconds of this video, but oh my God, this was absolutely astonishing when I saw this. PlayStation 5 date reveal, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now you might think, so what, Jace? Who cares about that video game? By the way, I'm actually still going to play it at some point. I want to because I'm kind of curious. I've heard good things about it. In 4K, folks, have a look at this because honestly, this actually blew me away when I saw the first opening seconds.
Nolan, buddy, I got your super urgent text.
Troy, please, have a seat.
Holy shit. Holy shit. When I heard Troy Baker say Nolan, I thought, no, it can't be Nolan North. The man who I consider the greatest voice-over actor when it comes to video games. At the 2018 MCM UK Comic Con, Nolan North was on stage with Richard McGonigal, who of course plays Sully Sullivan in the Uncharted games. And I told those two at a Q&A, they were the reason I really appreciated video games and why I love them so much. And those two actors were truly grateful for me saying that. I mean, I got a standing, no, I didn't get a standing ovation, but I got a round of applause for my question. Did anybody video it? No, of course not. The one Sunday where my friends mysteriously were not available to be with me and to film that glorious moment, I mean, it's right up there, folks. It's up there. But I was shocked to see this because I thought these two had fallen out. Troy Baker suddenly cut off ties with Nolan North and he stopped appearing on his retro replays channel, which now goes by the name of Couch Potato, some ridiculous named motif. But let's carry on because wow, Nathan Drake and Indiana Jones in the same room. This is bizarre. I wonder if these two are working on another video game that is not related to Uncharted or Indy. I wonder if Mr. North is going to be doing a project with Bethesda. I have no idea what the rest of this trailer is like, by the way, so I don't know. Let's see.
New room?
Yes. I broke in about an hour ago. We don't have much time. Since taking on the role of Indiana Jones, you're now on the cusp of being brought into a very exclusive club.
You said cusp.
We have a few questions, of course.
Sure.
What makes a great adventure?
It's about being prepared. Like you'd be surprised at how often a whip comes in handy.
I doubt that. How are you going to deal with private military forces with just a whip?
You know, use the old
Headbutt. I like it. Aggressive. See, I'm more of a sidearms kind of guy.
You would be.
Jeans. Henley.
Somehow always half tucked.
Of course.
Of course. What about finding ancient artifacts?
Yes. Sold to the highest bidder.
Donated to museums.
Sold to that museum.
Going somewhere unexpected.
What is an adventure without going somewhere new? Troy, welcome to the club. Done this before.
Yeah. How many fingers did you have before?
Now, I think, I'm not sure, I might be wrong about this, but maybe Nolan North has a guest appearance in this game. Maybe there's some DLC I'm not sure of. It's so bizarre. But I'm so glad these two are on speaking terms again. It was really strange.
Nolan?
Yes?
Buddy?
That was really good. Honestly, I think the universe is good again for the time being. It might go all pear-shaped once more because these two have worked on many games in the past. They have been involved in Call of Duty, all sorts of things. So it's really great that they're speaking in front of the camera. I imagine that Troy Baker reached out to Nolan and they must have patched up their differences. What was going on between these two, I'm glad they have resolved their differences. We need these two back in a video game of some sort in the future. But ladies and gentlemen, after that high note, I'm going to leave you with this thought. What did you think of today's video regarding Miss Kim Belair? And by the way, that's something I wanted to talk about before. when she comes up with this diatribe about we need more diversity in gaming, you know what it is? She is a half black and half white chick herself, but for some reason, she must have something against her French father, who's probably Gérard Depardieu at this case, because he's facing a trial now, isn't he, for assaultant crew members, some weirdness like that. So yes, her father, Gérard Depardieu, is 76 years old and she's what, in her 40s? So maybe there's a bit of a... Maybe there's an... Who knows, right? But on that one, folks, if you enjoyed this video today, make sure you give it a like, smash that subscribe button, and if I were you, and if you were me, you should definitely return for the next video. Dun, 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 dun.
Let's call it soft cider. But across your heart bra lifts and separates. It can cross years off your figure. Call it cross your heart, soft cider. Cross your heart, soft cider.
New Cross Your Heart Soft Cider Bras.